Hello students, welcome to this class of MA final year. I am Dr. S.S. Vedwan, Department of English, and today we will discuss the history of American literature. Dear students, this is the part first we will deal with regarding the history of American literature, as it is a long history divided into several periods. So, we will discuss it in parts. So, today we start with part first. Now, objective of this lesson is to familiarize you, that is the students, the learner, to the general literary history of America, that is USA, the culture and society of America, the English language, the role of English language in making the literary history of America, and dear students, this lesson will deal only with the American literature written in English language, not about the other languages. This will particularly focus on the American literature written in English language. As you know, literature of other countries like the United States, the American literature was shaped by the history of the country. Like other countries, that is, if you study the British literature, then it is shaped by its own culture and its own history. So, likewise, literature of America, that is American literature, also is also shaped by the history of the country. Now, for a century and a half, as you know, America was merely a group of colonies. French, British, Portuguese, Dutch, Spanish, all these countries had colonies in America, and how it became a nation after a successful rebellion against the motherland. America became the United States, that is a nation as we know it today, United States of America. So, this is how it became a country. Now, the literature written in English language, we are concerned about it. Number 2, we will dissect the history of English literature from the colonial period to the present. And in this lesson, we will also deal with some important literary movements that occurred in America and how these important literary movements they shaped the history of American literature. Now, let us first talk about some literary periods. Now, the first is the colonial period. Colonial period which began in 1607 and lasted up to 1763. So, this is the colonial period, and in this lecture, in today's lecture, we will deal with the colonial period and colonial literature. Then there is the revolutionary age from 1763 to 1810. Then the early nationalist period starting from 1775 to 1828. Then the American Renaissance beginning from 1828 to 1865. The realistic period from 1865 to 1900. Then the naturalist period from 1900 to 1914, that is the beginning of the First World War. Then the modern period from 1914 to 1960. In between this modern period also comprised of the Beat generation, which is known as the Beat generation, and the period ranges from 1944 to 1962. Then lastly, we will deal with the contemporary period from 1960 onwards. So, these are roughly the broad divisions which the American literature is divided into, and we will discuss them one by one. So, let us begin with the colonial period first. As I said you, as I told, it started in 1607 and up to 1763. Now, the history of America, the history of American literature, it begins with the arrival of the English speaking Europeans and the settlement of Jamestown in 1607, and this Jamestown is now known as the state of Virginia. Now, major writings were historical or religious. During this colonial period, most of the writings, they were historical or religious. Now, this man John Smith was a soldier of fortune, is credited with initiating American literature. He is considered a pioneer. His major works include A True Relation of Virginia, published in 1608, The General History of Virginia, New England and the Summer Isles, published in 1624. Let us now discuss some of the chief characteristics of colonial literature. As I told you, early writings were religious because of the Puritan effect, because the settlers they migrated from the mainland Europe, and all these settlers in America, they had a religious purpose and their writings were religious. The early settlers, they worked with the missionary spirit, established church in every colony they occupied. Some books like A Model of Christian Charity, Bay, Psalm book, The Day of Doom, these are some of the books which were written during that period. They all are religious books with a missionary spirit. Now, the colonists, they tried hard to settle and develop in the wilderness of America, the Newfoundland. They had to struggle hard to establish their establishments. Now, major writers were Phyllis Whitley, Cotton Mather, William Bradford, Anne Bradstreet and John Winthrop. The year 1765, now this is a crucial period, this is a crucial year. It has historical importance because the first session of the Continental Congress held at New York, and in this session all the settlers who had went from mainland Europe, they attended this Continental Congress, and this was the beginning of the formation of the American nation, America as a country, as a United States of America. Now, accounts of exploration and colonization. John Smith's occurrences in Virginia 1608, as I told you, these are the accounts of exploration and colonization, and John Smith's occurrences in Virginia, it was published in 1608, written in 1608. Then we have the histories and narratives of the settlements. These are the broad topics. Cotton Mather's Magnalia Christi American, published in 1702. Then we have diaries and letters of the important writers, and one of the most important diaries is of Sewall, his diary, and then Benjamin Franklin's autobiography. Then the topic of the writings were sermons, theological and polemical writings. They were of course written by John Cotton, and his The Way of the Churches of Christ in New England appeared in 1654. So, these were some of the major spirits, major topics which the writers were writing. Now, let us discuss some of the major prose writers of colonial period. John Winthrop, born in 1588 and died in 1649, he wrote the history of New England. These are some of the landmarks in the making of the literary history of America. So, we have chosen these as a landmark study. Then William Bradford 1590 to 1657, and his important work is Of Plymouth Plantation. Then we have Samuel Sewall, as I told you before, 1652 to 1730, and his important documentation is the diary. William Byrd 1674 to 1744, and his important work is A Progress to the Mines in the year 1732. So, all these contributors, all these writers, they had written about the early settlements and what all they were witnessing there. Then we have Jonathan Edwards 1703 to 1788, and his notes on natural science and the mind is important. Then we have John Woolman, and born in 1720, died in 1772, and his Conversations of the True Harmony of Mankind is an important book which leads to the making of American history and America as a nation. Now, there were certain poetry also written in colonial period. So, let us discuss the poetry in colonial period. Poetry, as I told you, unlike prose, it was religious in nature. It also had that Puritan influence of the continent, that is Europe. It expressed pious truisms and morals, that is, it also preached about Christianity, the Bible, and the hymns of the Bible and moral studies. It imitated the 17th century metaphysical poets and Augustines. Now, because they were all settlers from the mainland Europe, and they had studied English as a language and their mother tongue. So, they had imitated metaphysical poets and the Augustines. Important poets were Anne Bradstreet, born in 1612, died in 1672, and her The 10th Muse Lately Sprung in America appeared in 1650. Then we have Michael Wigglesworth 1631 to 1705. The Day of Doom 1662 is a landmark writing, and it also, as the topic suggests, the Day of the Doom, it is a story. It deals with the fall of man. Then we have Thomas Godfrey 1736-1763, Night Peace, it appeared in 1758. Then we have Edward Taylor 1645 to 1729, and The Joy of Church Fellowship is his major work. As all these titles suggest, they are inspired by the Bible, and these early settlers and these colonial poets, these early poets, they all had as a subject matter borrowed from the Bible. So, this is all we have in part 1 of the literary history of America. I have broadly made an outline about the important writers, what were their subject matter, and what all important documents they created and their writings. So, we will continue with the next period of literary history of America in the next session. Thank you very much.